when Mexico joined NAFTA. The country wanted to modernize, but just what would come after? Insurgent rebels took the South, the presidential candidate was killed. Investors pulled their money out and a crisis ensued. And the expats, the Yanks with their backpacks, yeah, it was quite a thrill. Opportunity to make a buck or two. Perhaps it could help out, they thought they could, no doubt. Oh man, wasn't it cool? And I was down there too, fresh out of school. Yeah.
It's like the youth are taking over the country. You know, demographically speaking, Mexico's a young country. More than half the people in Mexico are under 20. So you can imagine, there's all these young people running around doing stuff. They're in control. That's kind of neat.
Equilibrista, pierdes equilibrio, es parte del show. Al entrar decía bienvenido, se enciende la luz. Hay tantos colores que te pintas solo para escoger tu mar de amores.
Good evening, viewers. I am Jacobo Zabludovsky, and you are watching 24 Horas, where the Mexican nation gets its news. It is slightly out of character for our program to comment on musical events that are not organized by Televisa, our parent company. However, with Mexico's entrance into the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, the cultural ground has begun to shift from under us, and this reporter feels that the time has come to understand what is happening. While rock and roll in Mexico was effectively banned in 1973 under President Luis Echeverria, with the economic liberalization that the country has undergone since the late 1980s, the powers that be have slowly embraced this form of music. And here we are today, witnessing the very first national rock contest, open to all 31 states in the Republic. 170 bands from across the country participated, vying for the award of a national recording contract. The band we are highlighting in this report is one of the contest's participants, Signos y Sombras. The international makeup of the group is truly symbolic of what we are seeing take place under NAFTA. You see, the band's guitarist, Joshua Cohen, hails from the United States while the rest of the fellas are from Mexico City. When Josh first joined the group, their sound was a bit somber. This was typical of many of the Mexican bands that came out of the 1980s. To shake things up, Josh advocated heavily for bringing more levity to the band. However, he was very concerned that their new singer, Raul, might be a very serious nut to crack. That was until Raul shaved his head, at which point he released all of his inhibitions. The first elimination round is held at Casa de Don Porfirio. The group stands out for their goofy matching outfits and for being one of the only bands that is playing funk rock. As the contest moves on to the Diabla Bar and then Rocotitlan, the fellas step up their wardrobe a bit.
Dame lo que yo te lo puedo guardar, ya son las 12 por ahí. Aún es tiempo de reír. Y con tu Polaroid corres a buscar la fiesta de esta gran ciudad.
They are one of the 12 bands to make it to the finals, held at the City Theater. For their grand finale, they pull out all the stops, bringing in Super Chicken to play bass. But alas, the rap metal band Molotov wins the contest. As reported in the press, when it came to Signos y Sombras, audience members just weren't sure what they were seeing. However, all is not lost. A few days later, Eduardo runs into a photographer friend who gives him a tip. Aztec Television has launched a new television show, Coca Cola Liquid Rock. The show will feature amateur rock video contests. The fellas want in. But let's pause and get some more historical context here. Televisa, our parent company, dominates the media. Until the 1990s, well, How do I say this delicately? Televisa had a virtual monopoly on broadcast television. As part of the government's efforts to liberalize the economy prior to entering the North American Free Trade Agreement, state television is privatized, and in 1993, Aztec Television is born. As reported in the papers, Aztec TV and Coca Cola Liquid Rock intend to loosen the perceived stranglehold of Televisa over music. What the? Who wrote this copy? As I was saying, while the fruits of economic liberalization may be evading many, Signos y Sombras is benefiting. Now the fellas just had to come up with a good idea for a music video. They found inspiration on Sesame Street. What follows now is their full video submission.
Damas y caballeros, con ustedes, los super huevos revueltos.
Protegen el interés de la cultura popular. Hacen un gran esfuerzo, aunque solo covers tocarán. Ahí van los super huevos revueltos. Ahí están tocando tu rock favorito. Durante el día su lugar es un humilde restaurante. Y cuando la noche cae se convierte en un super bar. Ahí van los super huevos revueltos. Ahí están tocando tu rock favorito. Durante el día si los ves parecerán gente normal. Pero después de las 10 se llegan a transformar. Ahí van los super huevos revueltos. Ahí están tocando tu rock favorito. Llegarán, algunos grupos se irán, pero ellos algún día dejarán el underground. Ahí van los super huevos revueltos. Ahí están tocando tu rock favorito.
Veamos el video con el que Signos y Sombras se ganó una guitarra eléctrica. Esto se llama Los Super Huevos Revueltos.
The band's video submission wins the contest and is broadcast twice on national TV. They are invited back to perform the song live on the Kitsch episode of Liquid Rock. After years of focusing on economic indicators and manufacturing productivity, Josh is finally getting a peek into Mexico's creative economy, and he likes what he sees. He also enjoys turning up his personal goofball setting to 11, knowing that no one in his work circles is ever going to see the broadcast, or if they did, they wouldn't put two and two together, and recognize this guy as the head of the economics department at the American Chamber of Commerce. The fellas have a blast and enjoy joking around with the crew backstage. I mean, really, who can resist the charms of Super Chicken? Indeed, the band and the production folks seem to be on the same creative wavelength.
¿Qué quiere decir el kitsch? Pues quiere decir cocina en inglés, ¿no? Estamos aquí porque nos invitaron al programa de kitsch, pero realmente no sé por qué. Yo nada más he tenido alguna vez algo que ver con el kitsch, que es cuando algún tío mío le dio, pero lo operaron y se le quitó, ¿no?
No, ya sabes, el rock es la neta, es como una concha. Puede ser dulce a veces, o lo dejas afuera y se pone duro, ¿no?
This is whack. The group is invited back to the season finale of Liquid Rock for a battle of the bands.
Bienvenidos, hoy es el guateque de Coca Cola Rock líquido y esto va a estar muy bueno. Hoy allá arriba en Rocotitlán se va a poner muy bueno, van a estar 5 de las 6 bandas ganadoras de Coca Cola Rock líquido.
Todos ellos van a concursar por 3 grandes premios.
El guateque va a estar muy bueno, vamos a tener jueces de diversos lados, va a haber gente de Televisión Azteca, va a haber gente de Coca Cola.
De las disqueras y afamados rock and rolleros también.
Por supuesto, gente de rock.
Amplio el asunto y que ganen el spot.
Pues ahora estamos con los autores anónimos tomándonos aquí unas Coca-Colas, unas gaseosas. Estamos aquí con los muchachones de NAFTA y bueno, antes que nada que se presenten, pues estamos aquí afuera de Rocco con los alebrijes directamente llegados de Monterrey, Nuevo León. Y lo que sigue es el grupo Resorte. ¿Se acuerdan de ese video que dice, y ahí van los super huevos revueltos? Pues ellos son Signos y Sombras y es lo que sigue aquí en Coca Cola Rock Líquido.
Bueno, pregunta obligada, ¿quiénes son y qué tocan?
Soy Jorge Virgilio, soy el bajista de Signos y Sombras. Soy Raúl Reséndez, disque canto.
Ok.
Soy Joshua, su servidor.
¿Y qué haces, Joshua?
La guitarra.
La guitarra.
Y yo soy Eduardo y toco la batería.
Es parte del show. Al entrar decía bienvenidos. Se enciende la luz. Hay tantos colores que te pintas solo para escoger tu mal de amores. Comprar para sentirse bien.
How did we end up here? The fellas just wanted a gig, and now they are on national television for the 4th time. Okay, this is airing at 6 p.m. It's not exactly prime time. Still, the band became the darlings of the show, and now they are playing for TV and record company execs. This sort of thing just doesn't normally happen. Well, it never happened in Poughkeepsie, New York. And had it been just several years earlier, it would have been utterly unthinkable in Mexico. NAFTA has shaken things up, and here we are. Unbeknownst to the fellas, history has brought them to this place. It's the apex of globalization and rock and roll, and neither is ever going to die, right?
Lluvia, desnuda la luna y nunca me has dejado. Es tan común este lugar que lo podemos abrazar. Acabas de llegar, te fuiste el primero que aprendió a bailar. No quiero ser un tipo más. Yo tengo algo de especial. Siempre fui mentiroso y aunque lo he intentado no quiero cambiar, comprar para sentirse bien.
Y el primer lugar, Signos y Sombras.
Los jueces votaron y los señores ganaron. Venga un aplauso para Signos y Sombras.
Okay, this is great, but it's getting late. Josh is struggling to juggle his dual identity as an economist and a budding rock musician. Just as Clark Kent needs a little time to find a phone booth and change into his Superman outfit, Josh needs a little rest before he dons his suit and tie. Tomorrow morning, he is giving a presentation on the economy to some visiting dignitaries.
Yeah!